y'all. What's up? How y'all doing? Happy Friday, y'all. Listen. So I'm just stopping through very quickly because I'm on my way out the door. I have some errands, have to run today, okay? And before I leave out this door, I want to say I was supposed to do the Midnight Metanoia last night or the Beyond Levitt Gate for you all. Shout out to those of you who took your time out of your busy schedule because I do value your time. They were like, "Oh, girl, she wasted my motherfucking time. I got on this YouTube and I voted and I didn't get what the fuck I wanted." Okay, hold your horses, okay? She already done had horses, okay? Hold them. So what had happened was we did the thing 2 days prior, 3 days prior. Remember that? We did it. Send over your money, get a reading through the email, live on a live, whatever. Well, a lot of people, I guess, didn't catch the ending memo or they didn't catch the beginning memo. So they sent over the money and they didn't send over their reading, and or they sent over the money and the reading. And of course, I did not get notified of each. So I'm like, wait a minute, what the hell's going on? Okay. And so, y'all, I had to finalize that yesterday because we can't let things linger on and linger. They already sent their money for their services, and I needed to give them the services that they paid for. Girl, listen, we don't need no legitimate ass reviews about I send the bitch money over for some shit. It takes this bitch months, if not weeks, to send me what I need. No, baby, we're going to give it over as soon as you get it over. Hello! When you pay it over, we're going to get it on over. That's what I like to do. I like to get it on over when you pay it on over. When you send it, I like to give it. Hello, how you doing? And so either way, that's what we did, y'all. And then, of course, I had a new reading that was booked. And, of course, I'm like, well, what I look like? Tell them, unfortunately, I'm not available for a reading today. Because nothing irks my nerve more than, and y'all, the landscapers are outside, girl. Hopefully, y'all can hear. But nothing irks my nerve more than when a big-headed, I caught myself. When a big-headed, small-hearted individual, there you go, I like that way. Big-headed, small-hearted individual goes here and say, y'all, I'm booked for my readings until October of 2027. But every time I turn around, they on their motherfucking live, they over there talking about bullshit and I'm gonna give a reading on Donald Trump, and I'm gonna give a reading on the skyscraper and what happened over here in Missouri 2 or 3 days ago. Girl, get to your motherfucking reading. So what, you wait until a certain season to do your readings? Like, I'm fucking confused. So that's how I'm like, girl, we're not being that type of person. We're not being that type of service provider. You send over your money. The only way you do not get your service immediately or within 24 hours to send it over that money is if I genuinely did not see it. And of course, that's why I verify. And I always tell you guys, when you send over money, send me a screenshot. So that way Gmail will send over some type of message and I can see the other messages that you possibly sent. On top of that, and I'm really trying to get this out, y'all, because I really got to get out of here in like 10 minutes. And I still got to throw on my wig and put on my bra. How you doing? But anyway, so I'm just like, honey, so I have to do that, y'all. Now, there's something that I'm going to do. Tonight, we will be doing the Beyond Levitt Gate. Tonight, I promise you will. I don't know if it's going to be live or it's going to be recorded, but we will do the Beyond Levitt Gate for you all because, of course, I'm thinking about this for quite some time. I need to get it out. I do owe y'all one more little spazzer pedazzer, before I want to do something. Remember a couple of months ago, I asked you guys, because of course I'm not a YouTube partner, and of course I like the idea of how Bigo works, but I don't want to be on Bigo because I feel like Bigo, like all these other platforms, are messy as fuck and don't have any type of boundaries or restrictions. Can we talk about it? And so I wanted to get up on here and I wanted to go live for a couple of hours, and it's real nasty. I'll be on all day. Okay, but I get very bored quite easily, y'all. And you can say that's the ADHD. You can call that just being productive syndrome. I don't know. But I like to be productive. The only time I'm not productive, I'm sleeping. Okay, but I like to do things. I like to, keep myself busy. And so either, I don't know how I would do this, but of course, like someone knock out these, the Beyond Levitt Gate and at least one more Midnight Metanoia, because we're going to be calling it something totally different. I already got the intro and everything done for it, the soundtrack and all that, honey. Can we get into it? But I don't know if I want to do 2 hours. There's a donation option. You guys can sit over the donations to Cash App. However, we talk about certain topics. When we reach a certain amount, of course, I will have a goal set. And then we will get into doing, readings for those who are, participating. We'll have discussions, whatever you want to discuss. Say we're talking about something that's not on topic. And, you want me to tap into some energies to win a whole nother frequency. And I told y'all too, let's get into it very lightly, politely, and whitely. I do not do drugs. I'm not bipolar. I'm not schizophrenic. There's not 20 different identities within my body, within my mind, within my headspace. Right. And so, when I'm on the energy or the frequency of, and of course this is a Gemini trait because Geminis are channelers of energy. They are considered the channeler of the zodiac. Okay, so when I'm on an energy, I'm on a frequency of about a certain thing. I'm wanting to tap in on that. That's where my head space, my heart space, and my spirit space is at. To get off of that topic and talk about something totally different, and kind of throws me off a little bit and kind of like slaps me into reality. So I'm like, girl, when somebody said they get possessed, I'd be like, is that what a possession feel like? Or you just in here jumping, talking, tapping in. And so either way, like I said, that'll be something that I'll be open to in that moment, in that time frame. And of course, it will not be, planned. Of course, people just come in if they can. If you can't, you can't, whatever. However, I'll be here for the designated time. 2 hours minimally, and then like I said, I'll be doing little things, maybe preparing oils, maybe preparing products, maybe going through emails, whatever. However, maybe people have already set up readings for that day, and I'll say, hey, you want to do your reading on live, whatever. However, and then like I said, those 2 hours, there'll be an option to send over a donation, whatever you can, $1, 50 cents, $3, whatever. It will all go towards that goal. Once that goal is met, okay, then we start addressing comments and or in a minute, I don't know what I'll call it. I'll call it something special too, so you'll know what it is. And then, like I said, we'll talk about that. We'll go over that, and then there you go. Because that 2 hours can turn into 4 or 5 hours. Who knows? Because of course, I will address every topic, like I said, once we get to that particular goal. And there you go. So like I said, I'm not bored. I'm doing my thing. I'm doing what I love to do, work. I love to make coin, girl. That's one thing about me, girl. I'm a coinaholic, girl. I'm addicted to the money. I'm addicted to the legal money. I'm addicted to working for motherfucking money. Can we talk about it? That's why bitch was a prostitute. Let them tell it. She was a stripper. Let them tell it. She was a cam host. Let her tell it. She was a madam. Let them tell it. Girl, she went to school for this, that, nursing, this, hypnotherapist. She went to nursing for paralegal. She went to school for all this shit. You're goddamn right. You're goddamn right, girl. I'm a trick of all motherfucking trade, girl. They say, Jack, I'm a Jill of all fucking trade. You goddamn right, because you never know. Girl, I might need to pull out all my tricks. Girl, I might need to say, hey, you know what? I did go to school to become a certified hypnotherapist. So let's get into what's going on in that brain for real. Who knows, girl? Even going into counseling, girl. Yes, girl. Yes, girl, we have training on that, girl. Hello. Grievance and all that. So, baby, we're not just talking the talk. And if I wanted to go in to be a grievance counselor, I can. And so that's what it is. And of course, I have to, go take the exam, get my license, all that good stuff. But either way, girl, we got the training. I know what a grievance counselor deal with from day to day. Hello. I know the protocol and the modality of it all. Can we talk about it? And so that's what I'm going to be doing. Like I said, 2 either Midnight Metanoia and 1 Beyond the Left Gate, or hell, maybe they both will be Beyond the Left Gate. And then like that, I'll set up a certain day. I'll let you guys know maybe a week in advance to say, okay, on this day in particular, I'll be here from this hour to this hour. And of course, we will be addressing, whatever topics I have on hand at that point. And then of course, once we meet a certain quota, as they would call it, then we'll get into answering questions that have nothing to do with the original topic we were talking about, as well as get into doing readings if that's what y'all want. If you're like, what do you think about this? However, whatever, we can tap into that, okay? Like I said, that day will be open to being whatever, however, girl, a bipolar bitch, girl, jumping from one topic to another topic. And so that's what we gonna do, honey. And that's pretty much it, y'all. So I will be giving you guys a Beyond the 11th Gate tonight. Okay, you will be getting it. I don't know if it's going to be live or recorded, but like I said last night, I was not able to commit because, of course, people have already sent over money for a service, and of course, what I look like as a authentic, what would you call that? A realist, a real genuine bitch. Like, girl, like I said, I don't want you to get my money and then put me on hold for some free shit. Girl, ain't nobody paying you for Beyond Whatever Gate. I'm speaking as if I'm somebody who paid for a reading. Madam Merkaba, bitch, listen, I don't give a fuck about no Beyond Whatever Gate, Midnight Metro Toya, whoever the fuck, whatever the fuck, bitch. I spend over my money for that reading. I wants me reading. And I wanted it 2 days ago, but apparently you didn't get the motherfucking email, bitch. So I need it today, tonight. Don't wait until tomorrow. Don't wait until Saturday, Sunday, Monday. Because at the end of the day, girl, they all can get it. See, that's what I'm talking about. So I'm like, girl, no. You paid, I got it, let's get into it. And of course, you're not going to know, because of course, somebody's going to say, well, you could act like you didn't see the message. Who does that? Who does that unless you're a shady ass queen? And one thing about me, girl, I'm not petty and I'm not motherfucking shady. Now I do have a petty side of me, but you see me coming. One thing about me, baby, like I said, I may have a petty side, but you see that pettiness coming. Girl, we don't indirectly, we don't play, we don't, oh, I'm going to act like I didn't get it because why though? What are you doing that's so important? Girl, tomorrow may not come. In an hour, things could change, girl. You might say, hey, I was planning to do this show, but something else came up. And then when I got ready to do something else, I think you're going to say, what, the devil? Oh, the devil got in and fucked up. No, bitch, you want a motherfucking devil, girl. You're a procrastinator. The spirit of procrastination. I'm not, girl. Let's get it done with. You pay for your service. We're going to give you your service as soon as we can. And that's it, period. Okay, so that's it, y'all. I hope you guys have a great Friday. Come on, Coco. Jade Talmalak. Come on, Talmalak. Yes, honey. Yes, we can hear you. Sound is good. Thank you, honey. Ow. Speaking on Gemini, I don't know what some cultures consider Mercury as the morning star instead of Venus. I could see that because Mercury could appear to be on fire because Mercury is, the closest planet to the sun. So Mercury could appear to have a glow and a fiery, firmament or whatever, however you want to call that, sphere. So I could see that. Of course, that's why we mentioned every culture is different and no culture has it right over another culture, right? You have to be respectful of other people's differences or viewpoints. Now, we're all from the American culture. Let's talk about it because there are different practices because we can go back into the tribal people in this country. Yes, they all had different diets, but the diets consist of the same shit. Sometimes wild game, but mostly it was fruit, it was vegetables, and it was nuts, right? It was mostly nuts and grains and fruits and vegetables for every tribe in America. I hate when people try to be so exclusive and make it seem like, well, ain't nobody going to be able to research or the average Joe ain't go no shit because I don't know, maybe they're from the South, maybe they're from a fuck town. I'm thinking that because they don't have the knowledge, everybody else don't have the knowledge. So they're sitting here and they're like, well, I mean, my grandma, what we used to take coffee, you mixed with that. And then you come to find out that's a tribal thing. And you're like, all people did that. And even going into like the superstitious shit, right? You're like, how does everybody have the same superstition and we didn't grow up together? That has to be something from the tribal instinct. That has to be something from the ancestral energy that we all share. But like I said, that has to be one person that come along and be like, yeah, but no, because my grandmama, she was like a high priestess. She was a hereditary bitch. Like she used to have a little coven and they used to do little work. And it's just like, girl, but what has that gotten you, girl? If your grandmama and grandpapa and grandmama and moo mama and all this other big mama, big daddy, big Tom and all this stuff, they were so up there. How did their descendant become a YouTube broadcaster that never left out the country? That doesn't even own a passport? Can we talk about it? Or is that a little too much? Is that a little too much? I feel like a lot of people like those type of teachings, honey. I'm just keeping it real, honey. Okay, so that's what it is. That's what it is for me. Like, girl, every culture have their own difference. And even going into hearsay, maybe they thought that their ancestors said Mercury was the morning star. Maybe that's what they thought. And so they said, yeah, maybe when they looked up at the sky at a particular time, maybe their ancestors saw Mercury instead of Venus. I mean, we know that happens as well. So, like I said, I respect all people's opinion. I'm not going to say, bitch, they're wrong. On the flip side, when it is an American talking about American history or American talking about American magic, I will definitely correct. Okay, and what they say, overstand and understand. Okay, hello. I definitely will say, girl, can you pull up some type of resources? What tribal people did this? What tribe? Because you got love when they say Blackfoot, and you don't love when they say Cherokee. And some of them would say Apache if they're real nasty. Oh, really? They did this type of work? Because I didn't know that. Because that's kind of odd. I have Cherokee blood in me. That's kind of odd. I'm related through marriage and through friends. We call our friends, our longtime friends, sisters and cousins and stuff. I don't know if y'all do that, but we do that. That are Blackfoot, going into Apache, the same thing. And bitch, I didn't know they did those type of practices and shit. girl, because they be having a grandmama that be swearing up and down she's still a part of the tribe and shit, girl. They were here doing little ceremonies. The Apache tribe did this when birthdays came. The Lakota tribe, the Blackfoot tribe, they did this, they did that. And I think it's that Blackfoot, but it's Blackfoot. The Blackfoot tribe, blah, 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 blah. The Cherokee tribe, oh, girl. Oh, girl. We already know the tea, girl. Like I said, somebody great-grandmama, grandmama, they called her Granny. I knew somebody who's Apache Indian in their bloodline, girl. We grew up with them. Actually, the father married or had a baby with my auntie. So, of course, you could say they're like family to us because we grew up together, girl. They were like 3 years old when we met them, et cetera, et cetera. They had a granny who died at 98 years old, but then they had like the grandmama, then they had the mama, and then they had the father, like that. So there was like 6 generations before this granny died, y'all. 98 on down. And mama swore up and down she was preserving the Apache tribal tea. She swore up and down, girl. And this is not how my ancestors made cornbread. And this is not how my ancestors made their herbs and this and that. And they used to take their little rinse in the morning when you wake up and they'll give you some whiskey and they'll whisk the whiskey with some moulin. And they'll take the moulin and they'll add this and then it's just like, girl, did the Apache even work with moulin? What did they work with? I don't think they work with moulin, girl. Now you talking about moulin or eucalyptus? Honey, she swore up and down she preserved the culture, girl. But when it came down to the real shit, girl, she still got her hair dyed. She still bleached her hair. Girl, I don't think the Apache would agree with that, madam. I don't think they would agree with you bleaching that hair like that. I don't think they agree with you having all those piercings on with that makeup neither. If you're going to talk right, let's talk right. It's like, oh, girl, see, let me stop y'all. Listen. I gotta go. Come on, Corey. Most of the American people, based on necessary, not the processed stuff we have today, truly living off the land. You said it. You said it, honey. But like Beyonce said, can the real natives stand up? See, y'all remember y'all were trying to attack Queen Bee when she said what she said about the natives, and people were like, oh, she's trying to be divisive and cause problems. But she said what the fuck she said, because shortly after that, these tribal people start coming out talking about they welcome the black brothers and sisters. No, bitch, you ain't welcome in a fuck ass thing because you stole it from them. Hello? You ain't welcome in a fuck ass thing. You were hired to hunt down the Negroes. You were hired to hunt the African slaves. You were trained to blend in. Girl, just like this about the Filipinos over there in Mexico, girl. Don't get it twisted. Don't sit here and act like y'all don't know the story and shit, girl, but they want to sit here and talk about their culture, mi raza. Well, bitch, talk about the Filipinos that were shipped over there to Mexico when the Spaniards came and they wanted to conquer that land, and they couldn't. So they had to get the Filipinos that look like the black folks over there in that motherfucking land. Can we talk about it? And because they were owned by these people, they were able to take over. But y'all don't want to talk about that. How they use people that look like people, and that's why I say modern day world right now, modern day America. They got people that look like y'all that's not y'all. They skin folks, not kin folk. And y'all getting caught up in us black people need to stick together. Girl, you're not a part of my tribe. I don't care how black you are. I don't care how curly your hair is. I don't care how melanated you may appear, girl. You are not a part of my tribe, girl. In fact, you were one of the people that they hired to hunt my motherfucking people down, bitch. And that's why we don't like each other. That's why when we first saw each other, it was like, something about her I don't like. It's my spirit. It's my ancestors that bitch don't fuck with that hoe. She's a traitor. Or better, how about that? Better yet, how about that? Let's bring it back to current time. When the white folks had the color folks in their own little area, their own little city, they weren't thinking, oh, the black folks are gonna be over here in Chattahooga. They're gonna be over here in Chattahooga having a party at 11 o'clock at night. What they said, boy, when they found a little Negro, they driving down the street, they see a Negro, and this is just what just what I'm envisioning, because of course there's a lot of shit that went down, girl. We call out names and shit too, because baby, I got that information. Can we talk about it? Just imagine you walking down the street by yourself as a colored boy or colored girl, looking all innocent and put together, and the white, people are like, hey boy, and you scared as fuck. And they like, boy, you here talking to you. And they try to act like they your friend and shit. And they like, where you heading off to? Oh, I'm over here heading off to the Masters, sir. And they're like, Masters? Who the fuck is Masters? And of course they know they were doing that little check and shit. Who the fuck is the Damascus? Or the Demorses? Who the fuck is the Demorses? So they type it in and they say, oh, the Demorses grandpa and grandfather's always on some bullshit. Well, boy, what's your name? And then the boy's like, Jenkins, Scottsdale Jenkins. And they typing in the Jenkins shit and they're like, oh, okay. Well, okay, well, no, okay, well, okay, the Jenkins, they good people. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna tell this Jenkins boy, hey boy, you're gonna be protected. You don't gotta worry about no white folks causing you problems. And if they do, you just give us the call. We'll come in, we'll get you on out. But what we need you to do is we need you to be a spy for us. We need you to go over there to the Damascus or the Demorses. We need you to tell us everything that they do. And you can't tell them, boy. And if you do, we coming for you, your family, and everything else. See, this is how these predators got these techniques down. These predators just didn't know. These pimps just didn't know how to. Let's talk about it. These pimps and these predators just didn't know how to convince their victims to stay in the victim role. They just didn't know how to do mind control, girl. They were taught a technique that was passed down from the FBI to the motherfucking law enforcement. Can we talk about it? And the sheriffs and the deputies and shit. And so what happened was the Jenkins started becoming snitches. Hey, acting like their friend. Hey, girl, can we come up for dinner? Hey, girl, what you have for supper? Hey, can we stop by? Hey, girl, if you need anything, you give me a call. Hey, girl, something going on with you? Hey, girl, they want to be all in y'all motherfucking face, and y'all thought they were just your friends. They're like, oh, that's so cute. The Jenkins want unity. Oh, the Jenkins love us. Oh, everything we have, the Jenkins pop up. Oh, this is so cute. And then it just seemed like out of the blue, one of the daughters get older. The Jenkins boy wanted to date her. She didn't want to date him because she said, "Bo, you're a nappy-headed beau. I don't do that. I don't do nappy-headed boy." So what the Jenkins boy do? He get a little like, "Oh my God, I can't believe this." So I'm gonna go tell Sergeant Mark. Hey, Marks, just so you know, the Morrises and a whole bunch of other group of color folk is down there at the shack near the river, and they're partying it up. And they're like, oh, really? How many to be exact? Well, they said it's expected to be about at least 200 stuff. I don't know. Okay, well, you gonna go, and we're gonna have this other boy to come. Who the fuck is this boy? Oh, this is Demario. Demario's coming. He's another one of our people. Now, of course, they use the word informant. So Demario and Jenkins show up to this party posing and say they black like that. I'm black and I'm proud. Hey, y'all, we all color folks in here partying it up. Then all of a sudden, Demario's like, oh, I got to get home. My mom and pop told me I got to get home before the sun come up again. Lying ass. Demario go down there because, of course, Jenkins, and they can switch out. Maybe Jenkins would go do it. I don't know. They switched it out, but wanted to win. Left out. Went to go tell, hey, yo, Sergeant, just so you know, they down there, and there's more than 200. There's about 5 of them down there because, color folks, girl, they got to bring a +2 sometimes, girl. You know how that works. Girl, you invite a black person to a party, girl, they got to bring their neighbor, the neighbor's sister, cousin, auntie. Girl, bye. Sometimes be a +7 of them, girl. You ain't coming to my motherfucking party. I want that type of girl. If I invited you to my party and you showed up with your neighbor and your neighbor's cousin, y'all both, none of y'all weren't coming in, girl. And I'm still like that, girl. A +2, the fuck out of here. So, girl, guess what? Just so happened, the white men came in and broke our party up. Oh my God. And then they're like, well, how did you find them? We were passing by. We were doing our nightly travels, and we just happened to see like light and some loud music going on over there. And when we got over there, we saw these color folks dancing around, pantsing around. We caught 2 of them behind the shed and shit. Girl, you a motherfucking lie. How big? Listen, first and foremost, how big these areas were and still are. In the rural areas, girl, it took like 7 or 8 miles to get out to that shed. How is that? You guys don't go over there because there's nothing over there, but a bayou and shit. How the fuck y'all got there? Because Demario and Jenkins. So that's what goes on. And then you wonder why you don't like these people. You don't like people because their family are part of snitches. There's some snitching ass people. There's some traitors. They black people that got your shit together, got your ancestors together. That's why you don't fuck with them. That's the thing. I don't give a fuck about how black we are, what we got in common. But I don't vibe with you. I don't vibe with you, girl. Just like you being trans and gay, girl. I don't like all gay people. I don't like all trans people, girl. And I don't have to. That don't mean I'm self-hating. Girl, these trans and gay people ain't gonna do a fuck ass thing for me, girl. Like, tell me this is my time to go. You're not gonna die for me. I don't give a fuck about how trans you are or how motherfucking gay you are, girl. Girl, you might be rainbow folk, but you're definitely not my spiritual folk. Hello? You might be my rainbow folk. We might all fall under the LBGTQIA But girl, we're not the same like that, sis. We're not. We may both rock the same pink and blue and white flag, but bitch, y'all mean a fuck ass thing, girl. Hello? You could have been made that through sexual assault. You could have been made that way. Hell, girl, you could be a spy. How do I know? How do I know you're not acting like you wanted us to get information to go back and talk about it down the line? Y'all did an experiment for 10 years. And I want to see how the trans people are living their lives. So I act like I was a trans person. And in the 10 years, I found out these niggas was out here. Yeah, y'all, they got people doing that. Girl, if they had white people posting as black people in the 50s, y'all, and they had black people living as white people in the 50s, you don't think they have people acting like they gay and lesbians and stuff just to get y'all secrets and expose it? Y'all don't think y'all don't think they got people out here acting like they spiritual and shit to spy on y'all too, to give out information? Because they be coming through knowing everything too, honey. Oh, there's an ex-coven of witches. Girl, mama was never a witch. Tell her to show a picture of her when she was doing her rituals. Tell her to show her book of her grimoires. Tell her to show her spell book. Tell her to show her marking. If she's an ex-Satanist, let us see it, baby. Because the tattoos I'm seeing is giving something else. I'm not seeing nothing that has anything to do with her being a Satanist. Let us see it. What headquarters will she work with? She's gonna talk about, oh, I was sent out to kill an African kid. Who sent you out, ma'am? If we're gonna call it, let's call it out right. Who sent you out? Lying ass whore. Anyway, let me go, y'all. Crap, why the phone called off when you said the native in the tribe? I know that's right, honey. I think people are trying to use the Hebrew stuff to prove the Aboriginal indigenous people. Well, you said it. You said it, honey. Listen, y'all, I really gotta go. Hey, ooh, that money just came out. That song just came in my head. Can't buy me love. Can't buy me happiness. Hey, hey, can't buy me love. Hey, Ralph Tresvante, is that him? Listen, I gotta grab all my tea right now, y'all. Girl, we're down a spirit tunnel right now. Let me grab all my tea to go get honey. Ooh, girl, they gonna be mad. They're gonna say, bitch, you have me waiting. You have me waiting, but I can't keep waiting on you. You have me waiting, but I can't be waiting on you. Yeah, yeah. Hey. Listen, y'all. I will be back tonight. Coco Curry said, when you gonna get on cam, your people want to see you. So, tonight, you just may have that opportunity. Tonight, you'll see. And we're gonna keep it very soft and demure. We're not gonna do much. We're gonna keep it very soft and demure for our conversation. We're not gonna get crazy. We're not gonna have on highlights. We're not gonna have on couture. We're not gonna have contour. We're not gonna have on all that good stuff. We might throw on a pair of lashes and we might throw on some lipstick, some nude matte. I don't know. We might just do lip gloss. But we'll get on live. We'll get on cam and show y'all what y'all missing. Y'all asking for mother's gonna show up. Hello! Because mothers never. We talk about it. See, girl, I like to tell y'all, I'm a nudist girl. If YouTube allowed me to be nude, I would be on here, y'all. Honestly. I would cam up. Listen, I'm sorry. I'm just being real. I would cam up. Y'all will see me cam up every time I get on here. If I could get on here nude, I would do that. Girl, I don't feel like I have to go put on some clothes. I should have put on some clothes to get on fucking YouTube. The fuck? I'm not a YouTube partner. Girl, if I don't want to, I don't have to. Oh my God. I had a candle in my pocket. Girl. Anyway, y'all, love and light, love and truth, and protect the children, y'all. That's gonna be my mantra. Protect the children and protect the inner child in you. Protect the inner child in you, honey. Protect the children, protect the child in you, honey. The children are getting hurt each and every day, y'all. They warned about everything else. They warned about everything else, honey. They're arresting people for speaking their freedom of speech on a man that was hateful, but they're not arresting people who are saying blatantly what they would do to a kid. We got to make it make sense, y'all. Anyway, y'all, love and light, love and truth. See y'all again soon. Bye for now.